and welcome back to the start of a new weekly reading vlog. It is actually Tuesday, October 6th, and to be fair, I did start this yesterday. However, the footage that I took was just out of focus and poor quality with poor lighting, and when I watched it over today I was like, you guys deserve better. So I know it's pretty bright, but I'm hoping this is better. This seems to be the best filming setup for me right now. The background's not the nicest, but I'm right in front of my window, so until I get some real lighting, this is what we're doing today. So yeah, I just want to talk to you about what I'm reading, books I've finished already this month. The first book that I finished in October, I finished on the 1st because I had started it at the very end of September, and it was an audiobook, and that was On Writing by Stephen King. This is King's memoir and his nonfiction about his writing process, his life story, what he had gone through, and I loved this. This is the first Stephen King book that I really, truly loved. And it was so good. It was great. I ended up giving this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. There was a lot I learned about him. I didn't know he's struggled with substance abuse, and there was a really tragic story about him being in a horrible car accident that I wasn't aware of, and really got some insight. However, this was written in the year 2000, and there was some problematic content. He used the N-word and the F-word, the homophobic slur, and he used those in a way that he was trying to prove he wasn't racist or homophobic. It was, he was addressing people calling him out for being vulgar and inappropriate and using bad language, and he used and spoke these words. I was listening to the audiobook that he narrates to show that it was character dialogue, not his own narration, if that makes sense. But I really think that those should not have been included, should not have been said even in the context they were said in. And yeah, so I did take off 0.5 of a star because that part made me very uncomfortable and did not love that. However, that was written 20 years ago, and I would like to think that he wouldn't have done that in 2020. Not that it makes it any better. However, that I really, really loved. I really liked getting some insight on the writing process. I am an aspiring writer, so I feel like I got a lot from that book. I got recommendations for other writing books, and it was a really fun time, so I really liked that. The next book I read, I also listened to the audiobook. I think I listened to this in one day, and I did not like it. The only reason I finished it so quickly was because I had to for a project that I'm working on, which you will hear about very soon. Keep an eye out. But I hated this book, and that is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. Now this is very interesting because I have actually read this book before, about 10 years ago actually, when I was in like grade 9. I think it was like 14 or 15 when I read this. And I remember liking it then. I don't think I was rating books back then, but I probably would have given it like a 3 to a 4. But I gave this a 2 stars, and I think that was a little bit generous. Now this book was published in 1963, so maybe it's my own fault for expecting anything more from it. However, that doesn't mean that I have to like and appreciate the things that were in this book regardless of when it was published. This was extraordinarily racist, it was homophobic, and it was so anti-woman. The entire plot of this book is anti-woman. There is an overarching theme that women can only be bitches or whores. There are 2 women in this book who are referred to solely as whores, which we love that language. It's great. And the main character, the main protagonist of this book, we are supposed to love and we're supposed to be rooting for him, and he was arrested for raping a 15-year-old girl, and yet he's the main protagonist, and we are supposed to be rooting for him and thinking that the main nurse, Nurse Ratched, is the bad one, the evil one, and that doesn't make any sense to me. I absolutely hated this. I also thought it was boring. Yeah, the narrator of this book, not the protagonist, he's kind of narrating from his point of view the protagonist's story, if that makes sense. He is Native American, and there is a lot of problematic content surrounding that. A lot of racism and just horrible things, and all of the like aides who work there, the young men who clean and like help with patients and stuff that aren't nurses are all black men, and they are all referred to as the black boys, and to differentiate them, they are identified as their level of blackness, so it'll be like the least black man, the darkest black man, which is so unnecessary and uncomfortable, and I absolutely hated this. So those are the 2 books we finished so far. Both listened to an audio. So the book I'm currently reading, I started at the end of September, and that is Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, and I am absolutely loving this. I'm like 70 pages in, and it is so good. I adore Trevor Noah. This is very sad, but also very funny and very well written. I think he is a very talented writer. If you didn't know, Trevor Noah is a comedian, and this is his story of growing up in South Africa when he was born to a black mother and a white father, and at the time that was illegal. So it's his story of growing up being mixed race when it was illegal and frowned upon, and how other people treated him and the things that he went through. He grew up in a poor community, and the trials and tribulations that he went through. There is a lot of very sad content in his story. However, it's also done in a funny way. Like at the very beginning, there's a story of his mother throwing him out of a moving vehicle to save his life, and it's very sad that she had to do that, and it's very scary, and it would be like a traumatic experience to go through as a young child. He was like 5, but the way he told it was so funny and so entertaining. Like he's so good at spinning these sad stories into something that reads like very funny. He's just very talented, and I'm really enjoying this, and I hope to finish it in the next couple of days. So aside from that, my current audiobook is Brain on Fire, My Month of Madness by Susanna Callahan, I think it is. Oh, I forgot her last name. I'll put it right here. But this is another memoir. I'm very into memoirs. It's like my favorite genre. And this is about a journalist who was living in New York City, and she had a steep and unexpected decline of her mental health. I haven't gotten very far into it, so I don't know like what she was diagnosed with or like the full story yet, but she ended up in an asylum. She woke up not knowing anything, in a straitjacket, laying on a bed in the dark, unaware of what had put her there and what had happened. So far it's very interesting. I'm just kind of like in like the introductory part, like leading up to what has happened, but I'm really enjoying the way it's written. I think this is a very interesting story. Very sad, very scary that this could kind of happen to anyone. Like it's just kind of happening out of nowhere, and it's very like ominous and scary right now. It's also very well written. She is a journalist, so she is good at writing. Yeah, so I can't really talk too much about that right now because I did just start it, and I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen or where it's gonna go, but I am enjoying it. After that, I'm kind of trying to plan what I want to read next. I'm so excited for everything on my October TBR that it's hard to choose what I'm in the mood for because I just want to like binge read all of them at once. However, I do think I'm going to read Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This was already on my October TBR. I'm very excited for this book, and I have been since I first heard about the premise. I just think it's going to be so amazing. It is about a trans boy who accidentally summons the wrong ghost when he's trying to summon his cousin's ghost to help his family to kind of prove his identity, because his Latinx family is having a hard time accepting his transition and that he is male. And the way it works in his family are the men that kind of like summon the ghosts and do magic and stuff like that, and the women stay home and they're healers and take care. So he tries to summon a ghost on his own, summons the wrong one, and I believe it's their love story, and it's queer, and I am so excited. It just sounds so good, so wholesome, and dealing with a lot of important subjects, and I will read anything queer. It just makes me so happy that this exists. However, today is October 6th, so The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue came out today. I didn't pre-order it. I'm really bad at remembering to pre-order books. So I think I'm gonna go buy that in a little bit once I'm done working for the day. And I might start that. It kind of just depends. I really want to read Cemetery Boys though. I didn't put Addie LaRue on my October TBR, honestly, because I kind of forgot it was coming out, but I have been so hyped for this book. I'm sure you've heard a million people talk about it, but it is about a girl who makes a deal with the devil that she will live forever, but everyone she ever meets will immediately forget her, and then I think she meets someone who remembers her name. So it just sounds very like harrowing and sad and scary, so I really want to read that. It sounds like a great October read. Aside from that, not much is happening. My friend is coming over later and we are going to play Mass Effect. I don't know if anyone cares, but it's one of his favorite games, and I've been working my way through the trilogy with his help because I'm not very good at video games. I enjoy them a lot, but I'm not great and I don't play them all the time. I mostly just play them with him. And just the other day I finished Mass Effect 2, so now I get to start on the third one, and I'm so excited. So he's gonna come over and we are gonna play that, and we're gonna cook some taco bowls and just have a fun night. He's my my old roommate, so, and I just moved out like a couple weeks ago. So when he comes over, he brings his kitty cat because he misses my cats and my cats miss him, so they get to see each other, and it's very, very pure and sweet because they did live together for like 2-3 years, so they miss each other, and I'm so excited. They always get really happy when when he comes to visit with his kitty. So yeah, that's my plan for today. I do need to finish a little bit of work, and then I'll probably go to the bookstore, buy Addie LaRue, and maybe some other things, because how can you go to a bookstore and just buy one book, you know? So I will catch up with you in a little bit. Hi friends, so it's still Tuesday. I just got back from running my errands, and I thought I'd show you what I got because of course I got more than I went out for. But I did get The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue in this beautiful cover. Oh my goodness. This is the Indigo exclusive edition, and I'm not sure what's different about it. I'll have to look up the differences, but oh my god, the end papers. Oh, and this under the dust jacket is so beautiful. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like little embossed birds, which I love. I am so happy to have this. I have been waiting for this book to come out for so long. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just so pretty. I just want to stare at it forever. So like I said, it's about a girl who makes a deal with the devil, and I think I might start this as soon as I finish Born of Crime. So happy to have this. Of course, when I was there, had to get some other books. The first one I bought is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. This was on sale for $15, which was a great price because it's regular $25, so $10 off. This recently came out. Frederick Bachman is the author of Beartown and A Man Called Uvo, forget. And this is his newest release. I haven't read either of those, but I do own Beartown, so that is one. Do I? Yeah, I do. I see it. That is one that I definitely want to get to. But this one just sounds so interesting and so funny. I think it's a guy who like tries to rob a bank, but there's like a bunch of people there and he takes them hostage, and I don't know, it sounds so good, and I've been hearing a lot of great things about it, and it has a very pretty cover, so I cannot wait to read this. And the last one I decided to pick up is Bunny by Mona Awad. This one has been getting so much hype lately. I love this cover. It's bright pink and the spine is bright yellow, and it's just so fun. Like, this is gorgeous. And I think this is like it's horror, I believe, and it's very creepy. I believe it's dark academia, which I'm so excited about. And a bunch of girls who like all call each other Bunny, like that's their nickname for each other. Oh, it's blurbed by Margaret Atwood. That's a great sign. So yeah, I cannot wait to pick this one up. I will probably also pick this one up in October, even though it wasn't on my TBR, but that's fine because I really want to read it. So those are all the books I bought. I was good. They were doing a promotion where if you spent over $40, you got 10 free dollars to spend during the last week of the month. So I'll definitely be doing that and getting some other books that have been on my wish list. I've listened to more of my audiobook, which is, oh my god, why am I blanking? Brain on Fire. It's kind of a mystery because she hasn't like figured out what her mental illness is, but it is so like extreme, and so it happened so quickly, accompanied by seizures and by like extreme paranoia, that it is just, it's very scary and very like harrowing to read. She writes it very well, in the like super linear, like this is what happened, I knew nothing, this is what you know now is exactly the information that I had at the time. It's just super good. I can't wait to find out what happens. So yeah, I can't wait to continue on with that and learn more about her story. So yeah, that's all I needed to update you on. I will talk to you tomorrow. Hi guys, it's now Monday. I really sucked at updating you this week, but I'm just gonna come on, wrap up the vlog, wrap up what I ended up reading, and it wasn't much. And yeah, I was just kind of not really feeling like doing much this week. So, you know, we'll try again next week. I have something fun planned for next week, so you will see that in my next vlog. So what I ended up reading, I completed 2 books. I completed Brain on Fire by Susanna Cahalan, I believe. And this was great. I listened to this on audiobook, and it is a memoir about a woman who developed a rare disease where basically your body, your antibodies attack your brain. I thought it was going to be about mental illness, but it was more of a physical illness, I believe. It was kind of both, because there were like symptoms of mental illness as well. And it was her story about how she was in the right place at the right time, found the right doctor who had been researching this very rare disease that like nobody had really been diagnosed with. And yeah, it was really good. I gave this 4 stars. I think it was really well written and very well read in the audiobook. And yeah, it was super interesting to hear her story, and I loved that. So that wasn't on my TBR, and neither was the next book, which was Damaged Goods by Talia Hibbert. This is the novella that comes after A Girl Like Her, which I had read last month for Not Safe for Workathon. That was the group book, and I absolutely adored it. Damaged Goods was so good. So this follows the wife, Laura, of the kind of antagonist villain character in the first book. And I'm so glad that we got to hear her story, because she definitely deserved better, and she found love, and she was pregnant and had a baby, and it was so good. And her husband, who was a complete asshole, got what he deserved, and it was just so nice and so sweet. And it wasn't that short. It was like 200 and something pages, so it's pretty good, and I really loved it. I want more. There's 2 more books in the series, and I'm definitely going to be picking those up very soon, because I'm absolutely loving this series, and I can't wait to work my way through everything that Talia Hibbert has ever written. Aside from that, I also started on Bunny by Mona Awad, which once again was not on my TBR, but to be fair, I did buy this this week and said that I didn't want to read this month. It is a spooky horror read. I am, I think, 135 pages into this, and it is so weird. Like, I don't even know how to describe this book without giving spoilers. I just think you need to go in this kind of blind. So it's dark academia, and it's about this girl who was in this writing workshop with these 4 girls who are all rich and they act very strange. They all call each other Bunny. They're very, very physically affectionate. The way they talk is just very strange, and one day they invite her to a party that they're having, and they'd never invited her before, and she went, and things just get so strange. So strange. I honestly have no idea how I am gonna rate this, what the ending is gonna be. I don't even know if I'm liking it. No, I am enjoying it, but it's just hard to tell what the hell is going on in this book. Anyway, it's very, very weird. If you're into weird, you would probably like this. So aside from that, I don't really have anything to update you on. This was kind of a lame vlog. I'm very sorry. Some exciting news though, which you might have seen, is me and 2 of my best friends have started a podcast. It is called Blanket Fort Books. The first episode was uploaded on Friday on my YouTube channel. It is also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and some other podcast apps as well. I forget the full list. But yeah, I will leave all the links to that below, as well as the official Twitter. And I hope you check that out if you're interested in a bookish podcast. There'll be a new episode every single Friday. We'll talk about books, movies, TV shows, music, all forms of media, and it's a really fun time. It is such a fun project to start with my real good friends. The next episode we have on Friday, I'll give a little preview. It is comparing 3 forms of media: a book, a movie, and a new television show that are all based on the same piece of work. I won't tell you, but talk about that a little more next week after the episode goes up. And yeah, we have some really fun things planned. We have a little book club planned for later on in the month. And yeah, so I'm super excited to be starting that project. And I am gonna go start the next vlog with the super exciting project I'm gonna embark on. And I'll talk to you later. Bye!